Hello class 11. Today I am starting with another topic from chapter 1, that is the Biosketch of Gary Snyder. Now who was this Gary Snyder? You see, an immensely popular poet dealing with serious issues such as environmentalism and Zen Buddhism. He is one of his kind in America. Mainly we have to know that he was an environmentalist and he was also a poet and he was the follower of Zen Buddhism. He is the first American poet to look towards the East for inspiration. He has the ability to correlate each thing in a way that it fits into the ecological system. Gary Snyder was born in San Francisco in the year 1930. You have to remember the year. He studied Oriental languages from the University of California. While working in Yosemite National Park, he wrote his first poems. Now this thing also you have to remember, that he studied Oriental languages from the University of California, and while working in Yosemite National Park, he wrote his first poem. That also we need to remember. His first poem was A Berry Feast. This thing also you have to remember. Okay. After that, most of the years he has spent in Japan. He left US and he practiced Zen Buddhism. In 1959, his first book of poetry, Rip Rap, was published in Japan, and two pamphlets in 1965. These years are very important. Some well-known poems include Rip Rap and Cold Mountain Poems, Mountains and Rivers Without End, and Turtle Island, among many others. His most notable non-fiction works include Earth Household, The Old Ways, The Real Work. In 1975, he won the Pulitzer Prize for his poetry collection, Turtle Island. He taught in the University of California from 1985 and developed a new discipline based on studies of nature and culture. So you have to remember the years, his works, and when did he won the Pulitzer Prize, what was his first poem, and when did he write his first poem, what was the first book of poetry, and he was the follower of Zen Buddhism, and he was a poet and environmentalist. Okay, now the portions which I have just now read and explained, only those sentences, those portions you will write down in your copies. If you will follow the video properly, you will get to see that I have not read all the lines and I have not explained also all the lines, because all the things are not very important. The portions which are very important, only those portions I have read and explained, that you have to write down in your copy. Okay? And another thing, in this particular part, there is nothing to explain. Only you have to learn it. Clear? Similarly, again I'll go to another environmentalist, Barry Commoner. He was the son of a Jewish immigrant and was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1917. He did his doctorate from Howard University in 1941. He served as a lieutenant in the United States Navy during World War II. It was here that as a project head he discovered that spraying DDT to kill insects did not help as more descended to feast on the tons of fish that DDT had killed. So, actually, DDT is a banned insecticide nowadays, and he realized that DDT is actually not very helpful in killing insects. Rather, it had killed a lot of fish. He realized that humans that cannot take action in any ecosystem without triggering of a reaction in another. Our human activities are triggering some kind of action and reactions in the society. Now, in 1966, he founded the Center for Biology of Natural Systems to study the science of total environment. This also you have to remember. His work on the global effects of radioactive fallouts contributed to the adoption of Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1963. In 1970, he received the International Humanist Award. This year you have to remember. He wrote a number of books. His two best sellers were The Closing Circle and The Poverty of Power. Very important, you have to remember. In his book, The Closing Circle, he propounded the four laws of ecology, which we know popularly as Barry Commoner's laws of ecology. Now, there are four laws. Everything is connected to everything else. Everything must go somewhere. Nature knows best. And there is no such thing as a free lunch. Now, exploitation of nature will inevitably involve the conversion of resources from useful to useless forms. This is the main thing. And nature knows best. Humankind has fashioned technology to improve upon nature, but such change in a natural system is likely to be detrimental to that system. We are trying to, modernize ourselves, but in doing that, we are definitely hampering the natural ecosystem. Barry Commoner died at the age of 95 in Manhattan. He will always be remembered as the founder of modern ecology and the activist who made environmentalism a people's political cause. Okay, so here also the parts which I have explained, please write it down in your copy in the form of notes. Clear? So today we have read about two environmentalists. One is Gary Snyder, another is Barry Commoner, and his laws are also very important for your ISC. And these biosketches do come in your ISC. So you have to go through these portions very well. Okay? Thank you.